Is our laptop plugged in? Please tell me your laptop's plugged in.
It's plugged in. I told you, but no, it was my mouse, girl. But I got it. I got
Oh,
it.
you know what?
Yay!
I was actually gonna buy a mouse, when I bought my new desktop here, and, I forgot. I just left it off the cart, and,
Mm.
I was looking at it, and I was like, "Oh, should I do the wired or wireless?" And my boyfriend looks at me, and goes, "Wired." He's like, "You're useless." He's like, "You're gonna forget to change the batteries. Next thing I
Oh
know, I'm gonna hear the, 'Oh, crap,' and he's like, 'I don't wanna deal with it. Just go wired and just call it a day.'" And I was like, "Okay." And then I forget to.
Oh my God. I mean, I love the dynamics that you got going on. I mean, y'all been together for 8 eons, so it makes sense, right? Just kidding. But
A
anyways,
mil a million eons, it feels like,
y-
girl.
yeah, but anyhow, happy Saturday, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. You could be anywhere else, but you are choosing to be here. And you know what? You're at the right place because today we have quite a jam packed show, and I'm so excited. Like, we have two amazing individuals from the land above. The country north to us, who are the most, they're known for being the friendliest people ever. So we shall see how this, I guess we'll break them down, right? Just kidding.
We're we're gonna get them canceled. I think that's our goal today, right?
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I know. No, no, we're not going to get canceled today.
No,
We've been,
we are not.
yes, no, we are not. So, anyhow, but yes, so thank you so much for being here, guys. Like I said, it's going to be a very fun conversation, learn a little bit about Canada. Canada, A. Did I just butcher that? I'm sure I did.
It's okay. It's acceptable. You're cool. You're cool. It's a good thing. You have a great personality. You're smart. You're witty, and you happen to be good looking. So I think you're going to get a pass. Just throwing
Ooh.
it out there.
I'll receive all those praises, madame. I'll accept them. So thank you so much. But anyhow, so let us know where you're tuning in from today. I know we always have international, community comments from there. Let us know where you're tuning in from. I'll give you some shout outs. But yeah, man, let's actually dive right into it. Not too much chatty McChatterson, like you say today. So let's roll the intro and get to the comments and get our guests coming. Let's
Let's do it.
go.
Woo!
Hey y'all, welcome to my corner. This is your girl Raquel, aka Raki. Step into our world of connections where I'm a proud Hounds of Business Pack leader, which is a community of entrepreneurs committed to sharing positivity, growing together, and never forgetting to inject some fun. Get to know amazing people in this safe space, so come and join me in my connection corner.
And dance and dance and dance. Okay,
Well,
you're
I had to put
dancing.
my lipstick on, so I wasn't no dance. I was like this.
Well, madame, you did wake up at a decent time this morning, so I definitely applaud you for that. Yes, you did. Because I was like, okay, let me shout out, good morning, it's Quincia, and I didn't get a response, and I was like, oh, geez. I was like, was it one of those nights?
You know it's friends when you're like, "Hey girl, I know you've already slept through one of my shows before. From now on, I will always text you prior to."
She made a very good job of traumatizing me that day. I was
Oh
like,
my god, girl, you nailed it. You and Susanna were amazing. If you guys did not see the episode, please go check it out. It's with Susanna Dawn. We love you, girl. Think outside the boxes.
yes, love you, Susanna. Thank you so much. And her amazing show with Paul
Deitch.
Deitch.
Is it Deitch or
I,
Deitch?
I have
Paul,
no clue. Paul, just let us know.
correct us, sir.
Yes, please
Correct us.
correct us. But anyhow, so we have any comments popping up? I want to give a shout out to a couple of people.
Well, the very first one who wins today's contest, apparently also
Oh,
Happy Canada Day, eh?
today? Is it? Oh my
Oh
gosh,
yeah.
I'm so like out of tune with everything. But okay, well, happy Canada Day, eh? That's
Hey,
amazing. Bunsen and Beaker. That's quite
that's a new.
yes. Jeremias Gatzen Gonzalez. Thank you so much for tuning in from Costa Rica. Pura vida. I
What did she
love
say? Pura
Costa Rica.
vida. That's all I
Yes,
wanted.
I love them. Good morning, Tammy. Hi. Well, shout out to, I believe it's Heather. She's somewhere. Yes.
Union Island, right off Madagascar. Am I just far away here?
I'm
Madagascar.
hello, my OG. Thank you so much, Randy, for showing up. Happy Saturday. Yes. So Heather, amazing Markle. She is close to my dream country, which is Madagascar. I think I shared that in a post a few months ago. And so I'm so excited that she's experiencing that beautiful, just luscious greenery there and seeing. all those animals. The freaking giant avocado she was holding today, I was like,
Oh my
give it to
gosh.
me.
Like, okay, I'm not a big avocado person. I like it in guacamole. I don't know. The texture of it's just bland to me, right? But when
Mhm.
I saw that, I was like, I want to put a drink in there and mix it up and then eat it afterwards. But anyway.
You want to put a drink in the avocado? I'm lost.
Well, yeah,
No.
why not? Have like a kickoff, woohoo.
Oh, okay, got you.
Because it's so
Okay.
big, you can make a drink out. Like,
Yes. Got you. I got you. That part I was just like, wait a second, what am I missing here? I was like, guacamole, aguacate, well, what are you doing? So anyhow, but
look,
yeah,
girl,
no,
you know by now. Don't question where my brain goes. You know that.
I've learned. So my apologies, madame. So anyhow, but yeah, I have not had coffee all the way this morning. I'm very proud of myself. Because when I don't, I usually just develop this horrible headache. So I'm just like, oh my God. But anyways,
Mm,
oh Tammy. So Benita Lee, shout out to you, is one of another amazing Canadians that we know. Benita, we love you. Cannot wait to have you here in September. We're gonna have so much fun.
for
No
sure.
kidding. It's like we're gonna mix the Houston, well, Texas community with Canadian. We're gonna have a blast. I'm so excited. I cannot wait.
Yeah, I'm you don't understand like how beyond excited I am for today in general. So, hey, Peter David, thank you so much for coming. So, let's
Yeah.
kick off your sponsors,
Absolutely.
beautiful.
So, people who make this show a possibility, definitely want to give a shout out to those. So, let's start with our first one. And then our patient guests in the background, they're like,
I know.
okay.
You told them, "Oh, we'll pull you up in 3 minutes." I'm like, "No, we're not." I don't know what universe you're talking about, girl.
I know, I know. I'm very bad at that. But anyways, who's not bad at what they're doing for the world is Michael Carr, and just their amazing Be My Blessing box for corporate gifting. I just love it. My second box is almost here. I'm so excited because I really ran through that first box. That honey was delicious. The great thing about this, though, the sweetest part of this deal is that 100% of the purchases and the proceeds go to charity. And so if you just visit, there's a QR code, I believe, somewhere that you can, just scan it. If you're not new to using, or if you're new to using a QR code, we can definitely teach you how to do it. I don't have my phone with me, but Miss Cia, if you'll be kind to demonstrate, just hold your phone on it, roll over it, and just take a picture, and it'll take you directly to the site where you can learn more about the Magnolia story from Michael Carr, and purchase one of these corporate gifting boxes, which is amazing. It's beautiful. I have my empty ones displayed in the background over here, but they're just super amazing. Tanya Eberhard and Michael Carr are amazing at what they do. So I appreciate you and all the love that you guys give to the community and to the world. So thank you so much for that. And yay, Be My Blessing. I love that. It's such a catchy name.
It is. It is really cool. So, okay, our next person is another favorite of ours.
Ooh, Tausi, back here. Yes. Yes.
Right there behind me too.
I know we all have it, and I love it. Janice Shokran, shout out to you. Happy Saturday! Micah's unboxing was so cool. Like I loved it, and though I mean, but it's one of those things that you don't realize. Like when you order a product or you get a product and you actually put it to use, the beauty of it, like all the wonderful things that it really does for people. For me, it has helped me with my posture. It really has alleviated some of my back pain after my car accident. So thank you so much, Janice, for creating such an amazing product that is literally changing lives and you know how it's like just old. It's for everyone, literally.
Dude, and it does, and you don't have to be in pain to use her product, you guys. Just full disclosure. If you're a traveler, you fly on airplanes or you drive a lot and you're just got kids, whatever, you can actually hang that back and it's like a perfect neck support. And so, for those that carry those big ass donut looking things around your neck, I mean, don't do that. The Tausi is so much more comfortable and it's so much more multi-usage. So check it out, you guys. And there is a promo, and I didn't load up the promo. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do the on the upper left here is Tausi. You'll see that for now for a couple minutes there because I definitely want to encourage everyone to check it out. And there is a promo, guys. Promo code is Hounds, HOUNDS. So if you want to get discount on that, for sure, please go ahead and use promo code Hounds, HOUNDS.
Yes, and she also has this running for July. So starting today, there's the promo is on. So go for it, guys, and you'll never, you won't be, what is it? You'll be satisfied. I promise you. So the next,
Satisfied.
the The next one is our one and only fearless leader, Mike Asherbrenner, and his Hounds of Business. So that he has a happy hour every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Gosh, Lee. 6 p.m. Central. I always mess that up. I'll get it. And one day you're going to be so proud of me, Sia. You'll be like, you got it, girl.
Girl, I got the same problem. I ain't complaining. I'm like, okay, good.
Well, at least we only have like, what is it, 3 time zones? Not compared to Canada. They have like 6 of them. And I'm just like, okay, yeah, if I could barely keep up with 2, I don't know how we'll do with 6. So
I know we can't maths. That's our problem. We're not mathsers.
serious.
Which, by the way, is such a word, maths. It's like Americans call it math. We don't math, right? Like, anyway.
Wow.
I
Wow.
know. I'm sure there's going to be like an American to Canadian translation conversation in our future, right? That's what it's all about, right? So
Yes, exactly. That's what it's about. Yes, I know.
all
I
right,
butchered
so
that.
another sponsor, and this is 100% selfish because it's me. So I am Brilliant Being Media. I have my own company, and we have a huge, great collaboration team. We do digital content, so much like live streams, podcasts, any shorts, anything for your to any way to extend your brand. We are a wonderful augmentation to your existing marketing initiatives. So if you have any questions on how we can make that more effective, chat with me. But one of the reasons why I named my company Brilliant Being Media is because I'm all about collaboration and raising all ships, because all ships rise with the tide. So one of the things I've created is I've given a space on my website, because there's so many amazing content creators that I've gotten to know over time, particularly that are focused on LinkedIn and business. Is I created a calendar of events. So for those that are curious, hey, I want to get on some really cool, or want to check out some cool shows, I've curated an amazing list of amazing creators. So check it out, brilliantbeingmedia.com. And of course, people wonder why, what the hell are you doing? And why would you do this? It's because I truly believe in all ships rise with the tide. And why aren't you changing? Here we go. I've actually created a section of other amazing people who have amazing skill sets that you can get to know. So yes, I may be a content creator production house, if you will. We do a lot of strategy, but there are things that I simply don't do and I don't want to do. So check out those other people that I would call them all team members, as far as we're just great community members that can help you grow and facilitate growth in your business and for your personal self. So check all those amazing peoples out. Peoples.
Yeah, and one thing that I definitely want to drive is that yes, it's the majority are the hounds, and if you don't know what the community of the hounds is, where have you been? You need to come and check us out. And but it's also individuals outside of the hounds, because we love supporting everyone. This is what it's about. A community is built around that nurturing and engaging, it just feelings, right? And we definitely like to think we embody those. So we'll welcome. If you want to find out a little bit more, reach out to one of us here on the panel. Reach out to Mike Asherbrenner as well, because we do want everyone to win. We love to seeing everyone win around us. That's what it's about, right? Attain and achieve your goals and your dreams and aspirations. So I just got so philosophical there. I don't know.
No, I mean, but the people I just highlighted, they're from all over the world, right? So
Yes.
we got Bahrain in
Oh,
the mix, right? It's just so
wow.
very cool. So everyone tell us, where you're from and where you're at. Because the idea of this is, because this is going to be a
Yeah.
huge international thing. So
Yes.
without further ado, could we pull up our friends? Because I just feel like we just need to do this.
Okay.
Can we
Well,
do?
Well, without further ado, everyone, let's say hello or a howdy to our wonderful friends from up north, James and Patrick.
That's too funny. Okay.
Okay,
So,
applause.
oh, wait. Okay, so I wanted to do something for you guys, and apparently I might have issues because this was just quick and dirty because we just talked about it. So if you don't mind, Raki, I just need to steal another couple minutes from you. Is that okay?
Oh, of course. Not a problem.
Okay.
Oh,
Buenos
gosh.
dias,
Okay.
James.
What do we got
Oh, my
playing?
gosh.
What is
What
going
do
on?
Uh-oh.
We don't know any
That's
Spanish.
what-
I have no what she's playing. Oh,
Okay.
Oh my gosh. So this is not the edited version. This is playing the dirty one that I recorded. There we go. Let me turn it up.
have the same problem.
And then I had to stop it because we were talking about something that I was like, oh, that's going to get us fired, and canceled real fast.
Look at
So
this guy.
that was my poor. That was
Gentlemen.
You
more,
got a can. So Canada. What are you talking about?
I know, guys.
Oh my God. Okay, so first of all, full disclaimer, I didn't know you were doing that, Tia. We would have behaved, but we were
Well, no.
having it.
Okay, it was literally one of those like moments where we were just talking. I was like, oh crap, let me just download it if I could. And by the way, I just pulled up the wrong video. Actually, I had a more complete video, and then it was just a mess. It was just a mess. So
Was it the one of James and I singing?
We could totally sing. We're
Oh,
okay.
want
Well
to
then,
hear it.
wait. If that's the case, Rocky, I think I know what we need to do here.
James, you've now put this foot squarely in your mouth, sir.
It wasn't me.
It
It was
was.
you. Go ahead. Lead away. I think you should do the French version.
Oh, Canada. I don't know.
Our home and native land.
True patriot love. How did we end up singing the
In
national anthem?
all our sons command.
I think that's good for the day. We're going to scare people away. It'll be the end of it. But thank you. Thank you all for being
Yeah,
up
for
for
winning
being
the world,
here
my
today.
applause. Yay! Okay. I'm so excited to say you guys are the first ones in my show to ever sing. So, yay! Oh my
Round of-
God.
More round of applause, guys. Okay,
Oh,
at least I didn't hit this one.
No, no. That
would've
was
been more
actually
appropriate.
that was really good, guys. Thank you for sharing that moment with us, and I hope all the Canadians out there also celebrated and sung along with y'all. I loved it. I love the Saturday shenanigans, y'all. You never know what you're gonna get when you come to Raquel Flores Connection Corner. But anyhow, Dr. Constance, good morning, sis. We love you. We love you. So, all right, guys. Well, welcome officially to my show. Thank you so much for being here. And I'm so eager to dive into just tell us a little bit about who you are, what you do, and a little fun facts of Canada, the country. Yeah. So let's start with you, Mr. James. I love it.
Oh, lucky me. Well, we are Soaring Prophets. We started about a year and a half ago, and our mission has been to, on a Thursday Night Live, we tell the stories that of people changing the world, people who are suffering from hurricanes, from Mike, the wonderful Mike, which we're going to talk about very soon, from Purple Tongue Hot Sauce, who lost his business, a very successful business during COVID, and then rose from the ashes and started a hot sauce company. To just recently on Thursday, we were talking to a wonderful woman named Karen who lost a daughter and a stepdaughter, and then was able to form the Waterloo branch of the Compassionate Friends. Bob McCabe, who unfortunately suffered sexual abuse at the hands of a priest, formed a recovery speaking initiative, and the list goes on and on and on. And I am both humbled and enriched every time I talk to one of these people. Our message is you can get through anything. You can do it. These people will show you the way. And I just love what we do at Soaring Prophets. And I want to say, I'm sorry this is off topic, but I love Brilliant Beam Media. It has been a change for us. It has uplifted us. Michael from the Hounds, not only is he an interesting guy and I love his hat, but he raises us up every day, and I just love every moment of being a part of these groups. And if you want to be a part of a great group, join either one of those because they're amazing. Thank you, Sia. And thank you, Sia. And thank you, Raquel, for allowing us to be on your show.
Oh my God. Y'all gonna make me cry. That is so cute. That was a nice shout out, James. Thank you so much for doing that. But we love what you do. Fortunately, we were introduced to you via Sia, which Sia just really is the networking queen as well. She meets all these fantastic folks and she's like, Raquel, let's go here. Raquel, let's meet there. And so, this is how we ended up meeting. And now you're part of the community, the Hounds, and we love having you guys here. Y'all bring a different flavor to the community. The way you're doing things with Soaring Prophets, it's amazing, highlighting stories as deep as they can get, but those calm, those topics need to be discussed. So kudos to you. So now let's go over to Mr. Patrick. Mr. Patrick, tell us a little bit about you.
Well, thank you, folks. Again, it's a pleasure to be here. I want to lead off with that. It's an absolute pleasure. You guys have built such a cool and inspirational spot here. James kind of touched on some of the harder hitting things that we do. He does the touchy-feely stuff. I tend to do a lot more of the finance, wealth creation, and that. So the neat thing about Soaring Prophets and what we've aspired to do is to tell stories, tell people, you know, their inspirational tales about what they do around the world. He talked about a few of them. We've had individuals that have run and ran the Ottawa Marathon. This is a Boston Marathon trial event. We have ultra runners, blind ultra runners. We've taken a lot of different really inspirational things, put it into one package, and we talk about the inspiration side of it. I tend to lean more on the business side of things and talk about, again, you have to have that, you know, that balance between your personal, what's going on in your life, but you got to be able to balance your finances as well. We don't sell anything. We're not asking you to like anything, buy anything, subscribe to anything. Only is to come on out and enjoy our time together on a Thursday nights and some of our other stuff. And that's kind of our unique pitch. Obviously, you know, we've got the Soaring Prophets on YouTube. We've got it on LinkedIn. We've got it on a couple different things. And we're slowly growing our community with the beautiful, you know, assistance of these lovely ladies and the hounds. And it's been a pleasure to be here. So again, I thank you folks for having us.
Are all the Canadians just like nice and friendly and just like giving you so much praise and everything? Is that, maybe I need to move to Canada?
They sing better though.
Oh my goodness.
Honestly, I am so sold on you guys singing right now. Like, we are going to have a karaoke party. I know Constance and I have been talking about it forever. And the funnier part is, okay, Raquel can sing, Constance can sing, and then there's like people like me. And then honestly, look, I love you, Mike, but honestly, I think you're maybe slightly a bit better than me, and that's not saying much. So you two are like right up there with Raquel and Constance in my book. So you guys are in.
Oh my
You're
goodness.
so kind. My kids completely 100% disagree and cringed as soon as they saw me sing. But yes.
Oh my goodness. Well, I think we should definitely work on some sort of collab that, you know, we have a karaoke collab type thing. That would be awesome. Sing the anthem. Who's saying sing the anthem?
I think that would be a great Hounds event. Have a night of us just all singing to different songs. That would be so fun.
Oh my gosh. Look what Susanna says. Her new coach is in Canada and she'll be speaking at her amazing summit in September. Wow. So
we likely know them.
There's so many Canadians here, you guys. You guys have pulled the huge Canadian crowd, like the crowd.
That's because we know them all.
Yeah.
They're our neighbors.
Yeah.
We go down and we get a Timmy's, and we then we go down to the ice pond with our sticks, and we do a little bit of, you know, hockey. It's great.
Hockey.
Hockey.
Is it hacky? Hockey. Okay, so really quick, give us a little pronunciation breakdown before we dive into any of the conversation deeper, just because I don't want to feel left out and I don't want to butcher any of the pronunciation. So have at it, guys. Tell us how to say a couple of things.
Well, we elongate, right? Like we actually say words. So like about.
A boo.
Yeah.
You guys, it's just different. And if like, so true Canadian is aluminium.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Matt Rife
where
just did a massive like skit on that aluminium business.
I'm just saying, we do things in the traditional English language, English.
I believe it's the Queen's English.
Right.
That's what they call it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And apparently we have an accent, and I didn't realize that until I went to Portugal recently and started talking to people, and they said, "Oh, you're Canadian." And I had no idea how they knew, and they said because of the way you say words.
Oh, well, the only key I give it, like the one that gives it away for me, is the about, right? Is a boot. Oh my God.
How many times you guys have we had like private conversations, and then all of a sudden Patrick, I think your accent's a little bit stronger than James's. So when you say something, like there are days when I'm looking over at Raquel and I'm about to spit out my drink like just now because we can't help it. It's just a weird, like it. I don't want to call it a fetish, but it's like funny to me. I can't not respond.
No,
Nothing
slightly
says
different
sex within
dialects
France.
around Canada too. So I'm from the city in Canada, and Patrick is from a small town in Canada, and the smaller towns kind of have that more Canada dialect, whereas the cities, because we have like a wide range of people, we're a melting pot. Our language, that's probably why my Canadian accent isn't so thick. Now, if you go to Newfoundland, we don't even understand them.
Yeah, they're. Is it even English anymore? I don't know, because I actually met a few folks. I'm like, I'm sorry, where are you guys from? And they're like, Canada. I'm like, no, you're not.
They're
No,
kind
you're
of
not.
like Alabama.
No,
Oh my
Newfoundland
God.
are full of lovely, wonderful, welcoming people.
Those Alabama.
Well, I have no idea. I don't know about Alabama at all. I was just saying that they're wonderful people. I wanted to put it out there that they're wonderful people because we're making fun of their dialect.
No. It's okay. It's okay. And I feel like I'm kind of repeating some of these happy Canadas, but I just want to make sure you guys feel the happy Canada love.
Well, yeah. So again, today it's our 4th of July. So we celebrate. We're a little bit younger than you folks down there. 1867.
Mhm.
I didn't want to really bring it up. Just wanted to bring up a little 1812 trivia. We could probably get into that. That was the time that the Canadians beat up on
Let's
the
do
Americans.
it.
But
I believe we pushed them back and burnt down their capital.
Yeah, I think you did. You did burn down our original White House.
And we like to think that we created your song, your national anthem.
I think our national anthem is English, right? I mean, it's the same song as
Well,
what is that tune?
The burning down of
so that it was the I believe Francis Scott Keys. Now there will be reversals of this trivia where we will ask you Canadian trivia, but I believe Francis Scott Keys wrote "Oh Say Can You See" while he was on a boat as a prisoner, and he was watching the British blow up the ramparts at one of the battles in the Revolution, and that was a beautiful thing. And ours is. I don't know who it's written by.
I have no idea. I couldn't even tell you who made our flag, but it is a lovely song, and they just recently changed it. I still sing Sons, but now it's
the King, God Save the King now, yeah?
Well, no, so we have a prime minister here in Canada, and I said when we get going, I wasn't going to get too political.
You're very kind.
You can say that you have you can say you have a prime minister without making a face. That's all I'm saying. Like, it doesn't have to get weird. And see, that's where I'm going to leave it then. Exactly. Right there. We decided that so our national anthem had a gender specific line in there for years. Our sons stand on guard for thee. That was a line, and it goes back to the military. It's a sonnet in there about the military, and we had to change that. So now it's we all stand. And there's a lot of us that are just old enough to be like, I don't think so. I don't think so.
I like tradition. I'm a big fan of tradition. I get why they want to change it. I understand why they want to change it, but it's traditional. You don't have to change everything.
I think that's what's so interesting about like how there's a I'm trying to be like without trying to get myself counted. See, the second you add the word cancel, I'm like how do I say this? I think there is some strength in having foundations that have been set with tradition, right? Because it's rooted in something, right? But I also understand the need to evolve over time, right? So it's kind of like the way I view it is like if it's something where it's like a natural flow, like a river, right? Like the Grand Canyon got carved by water over eons and eons, then the Colorado just kind of meanders and kind of goes accordingly. That's kind of how I view, traditions in general. Yeah, they've got a great foundation in a lot of ways, but if it evolves, I'm not also entirely opposed, unless it's like a drastic thing, right? It's not like it's just like meandering. It's, you evolve over time. That's my PC response to.
That was good.
It was very good. Much better than either one of us could have said.
Yeah.
But no, you're absolutely right. I think there's a lot of things that we have changed over time. And I think it's important that we make those changes because we need to include everyone in the world. Everyone should have a voice. But then there's some traditions that, we don't necessarily have to change. We can just enjoy them because they represent everyone.
Don't make me start singing tradition. Tradition.
Tradition. You're really nice. Oh,
Someone knows his theater.
What is that? You guys
I'm lost too. I'm
Fiddler
lost
on
too,
the
Patrick.
Roof. It's a musical.
Wow.
It's a beautiful musical about tradition, about a young man who has 3 daughters, and they get married off to like I think it's Ukrainian people. Is it Ukrainian? I don't remember.
I don't.
Jewish.
You know what?
No,
I never.
Jewish people. Yeah, one marries a Russian, which was bad back then, I guess. But I digress. Anyway.
Yeah, no, it's funny. I've never actually seen it, but my sister used to play it on like CD, all the time, and so I would have to like listen to it. And I'm like, oh, okay, it's cool.
It's
so that's why I know it.
You'll laugh, you'll cry. It's better than Cats.
Yes. Well, I mean, like, look, Cats is not very good, quite frankly.
It's funny that a lot of people, like, I am not a sports guy. Obviously, I can sing Fiddler on the Roof. But it's funny that a lot of people think hockey is our big sport. It really is lacrosse. Lacrosse is huge in Canada. And people often don't notice that because we kind of spread hockey into the States, but lacrosse hasn't really hit it there. But lacrosse is pretty huge, hey, Pat?
Okay, so
wow, I didn't pull the rings on today or anything. Yeah, so lacrosse is our national sports, and it goes back to our native tradition and our Aboriginal tradition here in Canada. And it is. I don't know, like there's not a lot of Texas lacrosse being played, but it's really an Ivy League sport now in the universities down in the States. And the town that we're from here, that I'm from, we've created more lacrosse players. Well, actually, we've created more hockey players sent to the NHL than any other city in the world, as well as now NLL, which is the National Lacrosse League as well. So lacrosse is huge. And again, it goes back literally hundreds of years, and it is our national game. We have just taken hockey and kind of spread it everywhere. Yeah. So
it's like hot sauce. We put that on everything. Like my segue? Anyone get my segue?
I got your segue with spiciness and hotness. I did, James. Thank you so much for doing that. But I wanna drive that point though, right? Of the sports, because we focus so much on the U.S. as producing so many different sports and stars, etc. But Canada, man, y'all do really produce some amazing players in so many different sports, especially obviously ice geared sports. Y'all teach us that y'all can do a lot of stuff and keep the balance on slippery surfaces for sure. So being hockey one of them, we used to have a team here in Houston, but I never got into hockey at all. So this is something that I definitely need to explore. It's more in the north area. So yeah, I mean that's amazing. I think, Patrick, I asked you this because it's such an amazing. For me, it's one of those things that I live and breathe, like sports and women, right? How is the support there in Canada? Here in the US, I know women's sports are very, like, they're supported not to the same standards as men, but how is it in Canada for women?
Yeah, like we chatted briefly before. So my daughter is a 13-year-old, almost 14. She's 14 in 2 days on Monday there. So happy birthday. I'll accept all cards, invitations. Just I'll leave the address for later there if you guys want to.
Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, and all that.
Yeah, like we're 4 years from university, guys. Give a guy a hand here.
Okay.
Yes. I was just gonna say you're entering the fun years, my friend. Look, woo!
So female sports in Canada, again, we tend to be very proactive with a lot of things that way when it comes to the left. And we talk about, gender equality and all those sorts of things. The problem is that our men's sports are pretty terrible too. So when we have, we have a professional soccer team, right? Football to some, soccer in our community, and they might get 100 people to a game. Like it's sort of pathetic. And it's just anemic. There's just not enough people. We have 30 million people spread across the whole nation that is, as you can see behind me, vast. So if you're trying to call everybody to an event, it's hard. The issue is, especially with women's sports, like Rocky was saying, is it's just that much less attractive. So my daughter, for instance, she was a competitive gymnast. She competed at the provincial level, which would be like state level for you folks. And now she's doing rugby. So a big production that they're putting on right now is this Play Rugby Like a Girl. And this is a great thing. The government's throwing money at it. And we do a lot of that up here. All of our sports are usually funded in some format by federal or provincial governments. We're very government heavy up here as opposed to the United States because we have to be. We don't have the populations to get 10, 15, 20,000 people to an event. You guys, Friday night football at a high school, you guys are filling out a stadium. I played pretty good football. I played pretty good lacrosse growing up. I was a pretty good athlete. And we would have like 7 girlfriends and a couple dads on a Friday night football. And it's like,
Wow.
we're playing decent sports. It's just different. And that's where we get kind of left behind.
Yeah, that completely makes sense. I mean, the vastness of, like you said, the territory in itself, and it's hard to get so many different individuals to come together because of the distances. And not only that, but gosh, the weather. How do y'all like survive up there? Like, even if you paid me $1 million, I would not move because I would be so depressed like half the year. How do y'all like deal with that, James? Like, can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, no, the weather is absolutely beautiful in Canada. Like right now, we got summer hot weather. In the fall and the spring, it is so comfortable to be here, and our leaves change, and the landscape's beautiful. And then in the winter, yeah, so it's cold, but it's not like a terrible cold for most of the year. You got about 3 days that you have to be inside, and you can't even like go outside. Where I live. Now, if you go way up north, that's where it gets a little crazy. But down here, as long as you like skiing, skating, which most Canadians do, it's a joy to be out in the weather. It really is enjoyable, especially at this time of year. I love being on the water and outside because we're surrounded by beautiful, clear, crisp water. And in fact, if you talk to Pat about it a little bit, it will be one of our main imports at one time because it will be more expensive than oil.
Yeah, what I've read was that Canada has over like 2 million lakes, which is mind-boggling. We like to think that we're surrounded by a lot of water, but like Canada takes the cake, honestly. And it's nice because yes, not only has the longest coastline ever, but they also do have so many water reserves or fresh that they can tap into. So that's pretty cool. Oh my gosh, so we digress so much about Canada, but I love it because we're getting to know, what makes you guys you and what y'all do. But prior to Soaring Prophets, what were y'all doing? Because I don't think we've hit that point. So Pat, if you'd like to tell us a little bit more before meeting James and before coming together to form the Soaring Prophets, what were you doing?
Yeah, so for myself, I've always been an entrepreneur, kind of a serial entrepreneur. I started my first business when I was about 17 years old with my father. He was in the equestrian world, was a pretty good horse trader. My family was in the equestrian business. So I started, I'm looking around and there's got to be a better way to buy all this tack. This is just crazy expensive. So that was the first thing. So I started an import and export business where I was bringing products in from all over the world. So India, China, Pakistan, Mexico. And this is like the early, 2000s, 2004, 2005. And basically started off there, was doing trade shows, went through school. It was kind of neat because my first exams process, because I took business, I would go to my professors and I would say like, I'm taking macroeconomics. I got to write an exam, but I got a trade show in Alberta. I got to do a trade show in Calgary, this week coming up to exams. And they're like, don't worry about it. So like for the first almost 2.5 years of my education, I never wrote exams because they're like, well, what am I going to examine you on? Right? You're out doing what we're talking about here. There's not a whole lot of stuff that I'm going to examine you on. So that was a really neat thing. And I had a great opportunity doing that. And I love traveling with my father, who is a really cool guy, literally cowboy in every possible terminology. And so after that, like every young man kind of does and grows and expands, I went off from there and I started a couple other businesses. I had a healthcare business. I had a food-based business. And now I'm mostly into real estate. So I have a portfolio of real estate properties that I run, manage, own. And that's where I do now. I've also taken a huge interest in the financial markets. So I trade. I do a lot of talk about like technical analysis on breaking down companies on a fundamental level and investing appropriately. And again, what we talk about at Soaring Prophets, and again, check us out, be sure to check us out, is that we talk about that you have to be able to get your mind, body, and soul together. That's a big thing that James talks about all the time. And I talk about like, you can have all that, but if you're broke, you have a problem. So that's what we're really focusing on here. And that's something that Soaring Prophets is really unique about, is that you can be anything you want to be. You got to get your mind right. and then you got to get your money right. If you have one of those that are really way out in left field, it's going to be a problem. So we talk about what the markets are doing. We talk about business opportunities. We talk to beautiful people like you folks to expand your horizons. And we talk about those hard topics that are really unique. So that's kind of where I come from. And it's been a fun process. It's a journey. And I'm kind of a little bit younger, so I got lots of story left to write here. So.
Oh, that's awesome. That's an amazing. And thank you so much for sharing that. I love when you said it, like if you have to get your mind right, but you also have to get your money right. It's one of those important things to finding that balance. It's the key, right? Finding that is usually the hardest and the most difficult part of it. But yeah, James, what about you? Let us know a little bit about what you were doing prior to.
Absolutely. Sorry. Picture this, Sicily, 1928. A young man in a little village. Love you. My career has been more in the health field. So I left college, started working in the group home fields and the education system. My expertise was autism. I took a lot of courses about autism, and I helped mainly children and adults who have walked with autism. And I helped parents be able to share the world of someone who has autism. Autism is such an interesting group of people. I'm trying to say this like they're just an interesting group of people that have been through media and different things people have a very false sense of who they are. From Rain Man, where all of a sudden they can count 1 million toothpicks. That's not, it is a thing for a small group, but not such a great thing. For the fact that they don't like hugs, that they don't like to be touched. True, they don't like you to walk into their world and touch them, but they're happy once they get to know you and trust you, just like everyone else, to receive a high five or a hug once they get to know you. There's so many wonderful things about autism that I could talk about. But so that was my professional career for about 30 years, because as Pat said, I am quite an old man. But in my private,
watch it.
You look.
Some people are similarly aged. Let's just be careful here, kids.
You look what, shy of like 30? What are you talking about?
Oh, you're so kind. I like these people. We're going to be
Those Americans.
They're always so.
Yeah, we're so known to be nice, right? We're so known to be complimentary as Americans.
In my personal life, I was depressed a lot. I didn't like my life. I love what I was doing professionally, but at home it wasn't so great. I was 352 pounds. At one point I was 380 pounds. I was that way until I believe 2016, where I took it upon myself to do keto, and I lost 152 pounds, and I've kept it off since. And the interesting thing about that is it wasn't the diet that helped me. It was going inside and seeing why, my relationship with food. Why do I eat what I eat? And, I found out that I eat when I'm depressed. Well, why do I eat when I'm depressed? And I linked that back to when I was a kid. I would eat my happy times, because my parents didn't have a lot of time to be around me because they had a lot of work to do and we were very poor. The times that I was happiest were those meal times, the times that we gathered together and ate. And so whenever I got sad, whenever I got upset, I would gravitate to food for that happiness inside. And so I really had to stop before I ate every time and go, okay, why am I eating? Am I hungry? Or is this another one of those things? And then I had to replace it. So I now run, I do yoga, I do so many things, and I'm just loving life because of it. I've done a couple of half marathons, and and very soon I'm going to be doing a full marathon. And I just love spreading the message that anyone can do it. I am not special at all. And I'd love y'all to take the time to go see some videos that I made about keto, about losing weight, about mental health, because as Pat said, it's super important. Our message is let's heal our minds, bodies, and souls together, and your money. All of them are important. It is so important. And that man over there, the hard shell inside, he is the greatest, most wonderful friend I've ever had in my life. I have been down on my knees, and he's reached a hand through the darkness and pulled me right up at a time that I could no longer stand. That man lifted me up on his back and carried me for a while. And so that's another reason why we do so well together, because that guy right there, he may not look it, but he is the most loving, wonderful man you could ever have.
Oh my God. All the feels over here. Oh my God, James, thank you. I know, like, I'm trying not to cry, okay? I'm not going to cry.
Just
But
keeping it together
Girl,
there.
you cry every episode. She cries every episode, everyone, just so you know.
I do. I do. I can't help it.
It's okay. We should cry. We should let that emotion out.
Oh my gosh. Well, James, I want to say thank you so much for being so vulnerable and for sharing your inspirational story. I can only say I applaud you and I commend you. I respect you. I admire you for changing the table, turning things around for you. And now you are an exemplary example, a role model for those individuals who may be going through the same thing, who will go through the same thing. Like I said, we're not perfect. We all have our demons that we deal with, right? And but you were able to turn it into something more positive, and you're letting your trauma count in a positive way to inspire others. So I commend you for that, and I hope that people will reach out to you should they be going through that same situation. And I encourage them to watch the videos. And but you hit on a fantastic point there that is going to lead to the segue of how was the Soaring Prophets born? You spoke highly of Patrick, and and the few times that I gotten actually to talk to him, I can tell that what a great man he is, and how you guys really bond in the relationship that's formed. So how was Soaring Prophets born? Can you please allude to that? Any wants to take it?
I'll take that one, because it was James. This is 100% his dream, his journey, his baby, if you will, and he is the quarterback of this. So I'm gonna rub you back a little bit here, pal. But no, this Soaring Prophets came from a place where we took a look at COVID, and we looked at the relationships that people were having, and the world that had devolved during COVID, where you couldn't get in touch with people. Everyone was politically, just opposed, you wanted to be on the different angle than that. Everything was wrong. Everything, you had an opinion. Everyone was an asshole, to say it as easy as I possibly can. And James and I would go out, and we would sit down, and we would have a beer, and we would talk. And James and I are very politically different in our ideological constructs, but I love him. Like, same kind of thing, right? James has been there for me 100%. He's always been a buddy that I can look to, and is a best friend of mine. And we would go places, and we would be having these heated debates, and he would think I was crazy, and I would know he was crazy. And we would have people at the pub, at the bar, and they would come and sit with us and be like, "You guys all right? Like, everything all right?" We're like, "No, yeah, we're just having a conversation." And we would look, and we would have 15, 20 people at midnight sitting with us. And he's like, "Dude, we need to put a camera here. We need to have these conversations," because we have this weird knack of getting people's stories. We would have these individuals who would come, and they would sit and talk with us, have a beer, and they would spill their entire life. And we're like, wow, yeah, that might be something. So me being the hard-headed guy that he was talking about there earlier, I'm like, nah. I was going through a tough time with my father. He was very sick, and he recently passed away. And I'm like, nah, I don't think so, man. It's not something on my agenda. And he's like, come on. And he hounded me. Hounds of business, a perfect reference there. And here we are. So we started with our whole vision started in a very unique way. We started in the metaverse. So we had these little characters in virtual reality that we were going around, because that was going to be the new AI, right? That was everyone's thing all last year.
Yeah.
So we jumped into that. We did this virtual reality piece, and then we're like, this is cool. However, it's silly because we're men. We can't do this. It's crazy. So then we started with cameras, and we started doing our platform that we do now, and it's grown and it's adapted, and we've had about 60 amazing guests over the last year and a little bit now. And we've covered everything. We've covered everything from, again, trauma. We've covered medical professionals, physicians, doctors all over the world. We've had politicians. We've had really, truly heart-wrenching stories, like we had last Thursday night with Karen. And we've had these beautiful inspirational ones where we have, I keep going back to this marathon runner who is a blind marathon runner, ultra runner, runs hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of miles in their events. And they do it with the help of their community. They have guide runners. And when you talk to these people and the organizations that are there, it's been a beautiful process. So that's how it came to be. And we're always growing and adapting. And now we're guests on beautiful things like this. And for any of you that want to check us out, it's obviously Soaring Prophets. Again, we got the merch going today.
I see that. Spiffy. Like it.
Soaring Prophets. And again, that's the idea of it is we try to be prophetic in what we're doing. There's no necessarily religious connotation to that at all. But we talk about profits in the financial terminology, but also being prophetic in our lives and going out there and spreading a cool message as well.
Yeah, got you. No, thank you so much for sharing that. And, it's a beautiful thing because, like you said, once you start putting yourself out there, right, and you start meeting so many individuals who may or may not cross paths with you and collaborate. But over here, not over yonder, we love collaborating. We love doing so many things in the community sense of the word, and just watching everybody, supporting everyone. So I know, like I said, Sia brought you in, and we adore what you do. We respect the messages that you have to deliver. And I think that from here on, it's just like you guys are going to skyrocket just because your message is so heartfelt and it resonates with many, many of us. So I'm more than happy to say, like, oh my gosh, like collaboration, right? Sia, like we love what we're doing, what we're cooking up. So can you tell the world a little bit about what's happening? This is a premiere. I love this. I cannot wait. So is Miss Sia, producer extraordinaire, ready? She's
No.
like, damn it.
Not ready.
Oh my gosh. I guess she's not just.
So we can talk about the.
I'm like, 2 more seconds. 2 more seconds. No,
sauce, Mike Corvera,
Yes.
what his last name is. I met him. I was at Taco and Beer Fest, which I like tacos and I like beer. So I went down to the Taco Beer Fest and I was with a bunch of friends. And I was just walking around and I met a lot of entrepreneurs. And I know Pat loves entrepreneurs. He loves everything business. And as he says, a lot of our show had been touchy-feely up until that point. And he was kind of like, I wouldn't mind a business of some kind. So we could talk about money and finances and entrepreneurship. So I was on the search and I had my cards out and I met this guy, Mike, and the conversation he and I had was so beautiful. Just standing beside his booth. He's just an amazing man. We had to have him on our show. And thus we had him on our show. And then Raquel and Sia created this amazing idea and we're all on board for it.
We're so excited. Well, Sia, tell us a little bit more about it if you are ready for it, madame. So premiere it to the world. I'm so excited.
All right, guys. So before I play this, just want to give you a heads up. If anyone knows anything about me, I have ideas. Like I have lots of ideas. I have ideas that have ideas of ideas. So in the conversation, in the good spirit of collaboration, supporting entrepreneurship, and quite frankly, because I like to eat. So for those that said they like to eat, I'm right there with you. Without further ado, let us do this wonderful premiere. Hopefully it plays. Am I still grainy, you guys?
A tiny bit. We'll see, but we'll see if the video plays. Maybe it's the bandwidth.
No, I've got nothing going on here, unless of course someone's playing. It could be my partner streaming a video game. I could hear it. Anyway, sorry about that. But if it is grainy, we will re-upload it and replay it. But let's premiere this and let's just do this, kids.
Let's do it.
Wow.
That.
Wow. That was amazing.
So we wanted to surprise you guys with that, and also Michael as well. Shout out to you and Purple Tongue. Oh my God, I cannot believe I'm so excited to collaborate with you on this. So this is a hot sauce. His story is amazing. So with a good story, an inspirational story, of course I'm gonna be there and like go all over it. But yes, so July 29th, guy, we're just gonna be tasting these fantastic sauces, which I already do have. You can see here, but I have not opened them because I'm so waiting for that moment. So, Mr. Patrick, are you ready for that? Since you love hot sauces so much.
So I'm of the old Canadian tradition that ketchup is spicy. So it's going to be a very long day. I will put my best. I'll just won't wear any eyeliner that day.
I plan on making a training video of how I'm going to train Pat on how to eat the hot sauces, because I like to win. I don't like losing. So my team has to be up to the snuff. So I'm going to get him running, get him trying out hot sauces on different things, and he'll be ready. Don't you worry, he'll be ready.
Oh, all right. You got to train him, definitely, because, around here, we do like to eat our spices. I'm a spicy Latina, so that peppery stuff is all good to me. It may taste like water after. No, I'm just kidding, Michael. I know you make them really potent. So, but Sia, so tell us who will be a part of this, Sia, because I'm excited. So many people who are actually going to join us.
Yeah, no, so I opened my fat ass mouth, as I always do. And so basically, here's the deal, guys. We want to, first and foremost, have a lot of fun. The idea around this whole adventure that we're doing together and embarking together is to bond. And there's no other way to bond other than music or food, right? And mutual pain. So basically, and quite frankly, there's also nothing more bonding than to laugh at one another, right?
Yes.
So
Yes.
so basically, I opened my mouth, and so CJ Constance Leland is already on board, so she's going to be representing the West Coast for now. Anyone else on the West Coast that wants to join us, absolutely join us. And he's got actually COVID right now, but Ben Baker, my other partner out in Victoria, BC, so happy Canada Day to you, sir. He could probably not try it. I don't think he would. In fact, I know he wouldn't. He'd probably tell me to do pound sand is probably what he'd tell me to do. But anyway, we are always looking to collaborate with others. So Zen Sandwich. So our good friend Mark Reed out in Japan is going to be playing along with us as well. So I did turn Mike on to Mark to make sure and see, and hopefully they can ship it in time to get to Japan. If not, we may have to do something creative for them of doing Equitable Schoolville maybe so he can still participate with us. So our good friends over in not Canada, that's you peoples, in Illinois and in Texas, and I believe she's out in New York, our friends over at Walking Tall. So the Walking Tall kids are going to be participating. Todd actually physically lives literally like 5 miles away from me. So I'm dragging his hiney into that mix as well. And so if anyone wants to participate and join with us on this, you guys, what we're asking for you to do is go to purpletonguesauce.com. We will have a set of sauces that you can join and participate. We're working out the logistics on see if we can get smaller bottles, so you don't have to be committed to the big bottles if you're not that ready or adventurous. But join us. So July 29th, it'll be a Saturday, 7 p.m. EST. I want you guys to understand this is a group party. So if you guys can join us, that would be so much fun to all cry together, laugh together, swear together, spit out food together, whatever works. We're sizzling up summer, you guys. So
in unison, let's be in pain together. Yeah, collaboratively.
Yes. Can you take the heat, kids? Can you take the heat? Because right now it's like 1,000 degrees in Texas. So please, can you take the heat? So if you have any questions, hit me up, hit Raquel up, hit up the Soaring Prophets guys up. We are very absolutely happy to make this happen. And speaking of collaboration, so if you don't have to be a creator, you could just be a friends of to have some fun. It would help support Purple Tongue Sauce. Because you know what, we're all entrepreneurs in a lot of ways. Let's help each other out and grow business together. So I'm sorry, Raki, go ahead.
Yeah, I said no, absolutely. This is one of the things, like I said, this is the connection corner, and that's why we definitely want to make this a unity thing, where we collaborate, we support, and we show up for one another. As entrepreneurs, we know how hard it can be. Oh, July 29th is National Chicken Wing Day in the U.S. Look at that.
The universe, people, is coming together. We did not know that.
We did not know that, Leslie. So thank you so much. Shout out to you. And you did amazing on Dawn Cohen's show. But thank you for bringing that fact up. I did not even know. How did we even land on that day? Isn't that crazy?
Well, yeah, no, that's funny you should mention that. I don't know. We just kind of like said, oh, let's do end of July. But no, here's the funny part. Again, full disclosure, because we want to be fully inclusive. If you want to do a tofu chicken example, parts of tofu with the sauces, you can do that too. If you prefer steak, which I was thinking maybe I might have some steaky steak to like dippy dip so you can like, taste the different flavor. Oh my gosh, you guys, I'm like drooling. Like, hold on. My mouth's just totally salivated just thinking these hot sauces. Oh my gosh. Okay. Woo.
Get it together, Sia. Get it together. I'm just kidding.
I do. And yes, here's the funny part too. Dr. Arifa Garman. Yeah, you know what? If there's a way to celebrate anything, I think the Americans just will create any day and make it a national holiday, which you don't want to diminish these celebrations, but at the same time, it is great to celebrate together too.
Absolutely. Oh my gosh, y'all. I'm super excited for all these things that are happening, that are cooking up. Hello. All the hotness that we're about to unleash. Shout out to you, Trevor Van Worden. And just because it's amazing, you just never know what like food brings people together. Like you just said, Sia, it really does. So I know we are almost out of time, and people want to do things. They want to go out and enjoy their Saturdays. So I would like to leave it at that. Hit us up for information about this fantastic hotness and spicy, sizzling summer stuff. And we'll definitely get you in if you'd like to participate. If you'd like to support from, just from behind the computer and eat with us, that can, play too. So
yes,
golden nuggets, closing thoughts, guys, and then we'll close out the show. We have one more announcement.
Not yet. We have another
one more
announcement. Please,
yes.
Don't say close out the show because people start leaving.
That's true.
We're not leaving.
Yeah, got you. So, guys, let us know your thoughts. Golden nuggets. Leave the audience with.
Go, Pat.
Sorry, yeah, I'll jump in there. So this is exactly the same way we end every one of our shows. The guests get to come out with a little word of wisdom and go from there. So James has a slogan, I have a slogan, so it's fantastic this worked out this way. So from me, first of all, I want to look back on that last about minute and a half, 2 minutes that we talked about that chicken event. This was a concept that was, very rudimentary when we first started. Now look what we've done, and very much looking forward to doing this. It's going to be awesome. The Hounds of Business, Sia, Raquel, Mike, all those guys, you guys kill it. We thank you so much for letting us into your little, your cult. This is a cult.
I knew he was gonna throw it in there. You jabbed it in there. You did that.
I appreciate you guys. It's been a really cool experience for the last couple, I guess for about 2 weeks now that we've been in here. This is amazing. So from me with my little sign off, let's make some money together, folks. And James, you take it away, pal.
Yeah, I can't say anything more than that. The Hounds of Business are amazing. If you're out there, entrepreneur, you're a podcaster, get in there. Brightbeam Media, the amazing Sia is just she's like a lighthouse in a storm. She draws everyone straight to them. She makes connections. The many connections she's made for us behind the scenes, and gets no praise outwardly, just inwardly from us. We love her to death. The amazing Raquel, just a beautiful, just wonderful woman who brightens up the day just walking in the room. I love you all deeply, and I cherish everything you're doing for us and for the world, really, because sharing messages of positivity is so important right now. Everyone is so divided in the world. In Canada, everyone seems to want to pull everyone apart, and I am so about it's time. We don't have so many differences. It doesn't matter what is going on in the world. We all want to raise our families. We all want to have good jobs and eat and take care of each other. Everyone it does. It doesn't matter your race. It doesn't matter your gender. Everyone wants that. Let's get back to that. Let's get back to love. That's what's important. Anyway, this is James from Soaring Prophets. Let's heal our minds, bodies, and souls together.
Oh my gosh, I love that. You guys have it nailed down. I love it, guys. Well, I want to say from me to you, from Raquel's Connection Corner, from Sia, from Mike, on behalf of the Hounds, we love you. We love having you and all that you bring to the table. You guys are amazing. So thank you so much for accepting the invitation to come here. I look forward to collaborating so many different times and expanding our horizons and all the potential that we can do together in unison. So I know Sia has a special announcement, so please check it out. Go ahead, Sia. Let's go ahead and talk about that.
Okay, guys, hopefully no one's left. Please, I hope no one's left. I probably should have done this in the beginning. So my apologies, guys, but I am a huge advocate for the greater good. Like I say, all ships rise with the tide. And so there is a great fundraiser. So the Walking Tall gentleman that we're speaking of, which I'm sure is going to be a future guest for the Connection Corner, Chris and Todd and Vanetta, they are supporting Cooper Roberts. So Cooper Roberts, if you probably don't know who he is, but long story short, unfortunately, there's going to be a very sad anniversary coming up in 3 days. But Cooper was a victim of a mass shooting out in Illinois. It was a 4th of July parade, and Chris was an executive director for that event. And so this is an event that we are fundraising on behalf of Cooper to help with their upkeep as far as healthcare, but also refitting the house to quite frankly, refit the house to support his new needs. So one of the things that I thought was really interesting is NWA has partnered up with Walking Tall as a sponsor. NWA, if anyone is familiar, is not the band. It's not a band. It's not the band. But it's the National Wrestling, I think, Association. No, wait, National Wrestling. Oh my God, I'm screwing this up. Alliance. No, National Wrestling. Oh my God, Chris, pipe in here. I'm screwing this all up. But anyway, NWA. It is a old school pro wrestling organization. It's bad ASS people, and it's actually owned by Billy Corgan, which he's a lead singer of Smashing Pumpkins. So yet another reason why if you can donate your time or by sharing, if you can donate with monetary funds for those that are in the local Illinois, Chicagoland, Highland Park area, by all means, go to the physical event there and attend and support Cooper. Would really appreciate any and all support from you guys. So for those that want to scan for Cooper Roberts, you guys, it's such a great cause. You will start seeing so much more of this. Walking Tall is doing so much to bring mental wellness and positivity to the world. So they're doing a lot of great things, guys. If you haven't checked it out, check out Walking Tall. And obviously, please scan for this event. I can't tell you how much I love these guys, and the fact that Soaring Prophets is right on par with that message of mental and financial and physical wellness. You guys, we just cannot estimate the power of the strength of healing and doing it together.
Absolutely. That's such a beautiful message. And just to say that, I fully support that cause as well. So I urge you in instances to go ahead and support it, reach out and see how you can help because we all should care for Cooper. Right. It's one of those things that, hi, Chris, thank you so much for being here. So everyone connect and follow with Chris and Todd as well. I know Sia, he's very close to you, and you're going to see us collaborating and working together in the next few weeks prior to the event. Right.
Exactly. So on that note, then, Raquel Beautiful, if you want to.
Absolutely. I know we went over time, guys. I've had so much fun, but we got to go out there to take my daughters to have some fun. But anyhow, I just thank you so much for being here. You guys are always amazing, always surprising me with the amount of support that y'all give. I love you so much. Please, if I can leave you with anything today from my end, just make somebody's day. Simply smile, be kind to one another. Kindness really does go a long way, and it has the potential of changing somebody's life for the better. So I love you. Come back next week. We're going to have another amazing show, a mystery guest next weekend, and go enjoy. Happy 4th of July. Happy Canada Day. Happy everything that you want to celebrate. Celebrate each and every single day because it is a gift. I love you. Thank you, Soaring Prophets. Thank you, Sia, for being an amazing angel in my life. Thank you, Hounds. Shout outs to everyone. I send you a lot of virtual hugs, and you can roll out the outro, Miss Sia. Love you guys. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday.
Thanks for joining us, and I hope our chat inspired you to make a new connection. Please like and subscribe, and let's build a great community in our little corner. where we get serious business done by injecting fun. Thanks for tuning in, and until next time, come back to Raquel's Connection Corner.